Welcome to Ads 2024 Hall of Fame, a showcase of best ad commercials from the year. And today with us is Yash Kulshrestha, CCO Atom. We'll be talking about Empty Nest, a touching campaign that Flywire India did in collaboration with Atom. Thank you for joining us, Yash.
Thank you so much, Aryan.
First thing first, we'll just start by asking you about the most important thing. What was the brief that was given to you, and then how did you take it forward?
Very interesting one because uh, so there was no brief for this campaign. Flywire is a global brand, which is a payment gateway. How Western Union is, and they wanted to get into Indian market. They wanted to start small, but we told them there's this emotional space, this void is there in the market, and I think Flywire can become that voice for parents and for kids as well, fill this void. So it started from there. We all had our individual experiences. Some of our friends have stepped out of the house, and it's not just someone just moving abroad. It's actually once you step out of the house. And while reading about it, we came across this term called empty nest syndrome, which is basically when when birds fly out of their nest, the feeling that parents go through, birds go through. It's the same feeling that parents go through, and we realized that this particular topic has never been spoken about. So we presented this as a platform more than just one film, a platform to a client where we the separation anxiety is pretty real, but no one talks about it. Everyone talks about, oh, my son is going there, my daughter is going to do MBBS from this Falana college and all that stuff. And but no one really talks about the one layer down, one layer beneath what they are feeling, which is this separation anxiety, and it happens from both ends. The kid is also first time going out of the house. That person is also vulnerable to certain new things. The parents are also worried, but they don't want to show because if they come across weak, the kid will also feel to think twice before leaving the home. So this separation anxiety was a beautiful platform, and we just thought, okay, we can really explore stories around it. So the first one was more like a long form content where the father is just casually talking about what all is going to happen. But yeah, this platform is not coming from a brief. In fact, we created this brief and presented to the client.
Interesting. Coming to the story bit, like you suggested, it was around the separation anxiety, and like the name suggests, it's about the girl child leaving home to pursue higher education. And
Right.
the story shows a beautiful daughter-father relationship. So I wanted to know, like you have curated multiple stories around this theme, but any particular reason to pick up the father-daughter relationship, and what were the other themes alongside that you tried to include in that particular film of yours?
Sure, sure. Uh, Actually, this question has three, four answers. One, uh, I have a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old son now, and there's a certain way that I have imagined that I'm going to talk to him once he once he's a teenager. And a lot of writing, lot of sentences came from there. A lot of dialogues came from how I would talk to my son, 10 years down the line. The second thing, and of course, the team members who co-wrote it with me, how they also felt that dialogue, ke, Papa 130 nahi 140 hua hai, 140 nahi 130 hua hai, came from a writer who actually said that. Her name is Shayani, and she said that to her father once. So the first line is actually coming from Shayani. Then so we all brought our individual experiences to this script. Now coming to father and daughter story, the thing is, see, we have seen enough in cinema and advertising where daughter's best friend is mom, right? And this has been done to death by every hair oil brand. And there's nothing wrong in it. There's something beautiful between daughter and mothers, and I think for sons and fathers as well. But we just realized today's parents need to be shown progressive if they are not already. And however uncomfortable, however touchy the topic could be, a father and a daughter can discuss things at length. And father waiting, father not getting angry over how late she's coming, and talking as if there's a friend who's talking to her. I think we just realized this part of it is lesser seen than mother daughter sharing secrets and sharing, life lessons and all that. So it came from it came from there.
Sure. I wanted to ask you a question, but I think you answered it. I was about to ask you, when we were drawing this inspiration about this relationship, was it from your childhood, or is it because your parenthood? So in a way, you answered that question. So I was about to
Yeah, I don't know.
that.
I think there were a couple of writers working with me on this project, and everyone brought their personal experiences. And of course, the director, the way they handled those emotions, the way the dialogues, needed to be said in a certain way. All those factors came together, and not to minus, Varun Badola really brought magic. In fact, when we were writing, we all imagined Varun Badola to play the father, and we were lucky to get him on board, and he exactly narrated how we imagined things to be.
Moving on a little bit into the brand, you mentioned that Flywire, like we know, it's a global brand comparatively that newer in the Indian market. So, how was it collaborating
Correct.
with them? Like you mentioned, there was no brief; it was a unique process in that way. But other than that, how was the collaborative process?
Yeah. No, so there was no brief, but they are our clients. We started working on Flyover last year, and it was, how I was saying, it was baby steps at the beginning. But then once we presented them the entire brand plan, the strategy, the brand platform of talking about this separation anxiety, it comes from different things. Right now in this film, you'd see how he's talking about all the new things that are going to
Are going
happen
to happen, yes.
in the daughter's life, Kavya Sinha's life. Even Kavya is my sister's name. So I keep putting, life instances, experiences, and names. So he keeps talking. Now, in the following films, we have just rolled out, a few shorties as well now, which again talk about, let's say, how festivities when happen in India, how people miss it in US.
It,
Kids, uh, home cooked food, or the expenses around it. So all these factors, so we are just exploring this brand platform now. There are clients, they have bought into this concept, and Lauren from the global team and Ruhi from India team, they have really supported us throughout the activity and believed in this platform.
like I was going through the Instagram, the film link, and some more than 4 million likes only. Views or likes. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. But again, coming back to the main point, it garnered a lot of love and respect and good response across platforms. But any comment or feedback that stuck on with you, that made you happy or that made you laugh, anything worth talking about?
Right, right, right. No, the film received some fantastic response, a mix of course, organic and push media. But I think overall it crossed some vertical and horizontal mix combined. I think it crossed somewhere around 30-40 million views. I could be wrong. I think it's more. And like you said, too many likes, But but the best part is when we can talk about all the comments also. And there were some very everyone get this is the story of a progressive father. मुझे भी ऐसा पापा चाहिए. This is the equation that I want to have with my father. So somewhere when you produce such things, you start impacting households, start impacting culture. Today, a kid and a father who's just watching this, or mother watching this, they'll be more acceptable to new things. They'll have a certain way of talking to people, and it's not just this piece. There are many films and ads that try to push the envelope and push the progressive part of the culture. And I think these pieces like these should inspire people to talk to their kids in a more open environment, more in a more collaborative approach. That's one. Second, I think I got two WhatsApp forwards on my phone talking about this film, and both of them said the same thing. "Ki this is feeling like how you would talk to Zen. Zen is my son." So so I think comments, some personal things, all these things make up for a beautiful campaign. And in fact, Ruhi from our client side, Ruhi, the India team lead on Flywire, she could resonate it so well because she also has a son, and all of us just imagined that this is how the new parenting could be, and which was beautiful.
Like you said, it's a great step towards not just placing a product in the right way, but also pushing the envelope in terms of bringing change in the society. And also, I felt the language
Correct.
was very relatable. Like you mentioned, obviously, it was a collaborative
Yeah.
process. Like starting off, you mentioned how 11:13, 11:40, or 1:14. Yeah, same thing happens with me. Like the parents have to exaggerate, like they have to push it by
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
20 minutes is left to the next mark. And similarly, like
Correct.
situation
Correct. Correct.
and other talk. So I think these dialogues also
Correct.
played a very important role. So any focus, anything, what
Absolutely.
was your vision while you were writing in that sense, the dialogues, the script, all it looks very, I would say, relatable as well to this current setup, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. See, in fact, it was because we imagined Varun Badola in the beginning without having him in the first place. So, and I personally like him a lot as an actor. I really respect him as an actor, and I've seen his work. There's a certain way he talks, and which is very relatable. Even if you ask him to sell detergent, no, he'll make you believe that it's a really good, relatable detergent. So once you have the character fixed, it is fit, and plus you are making a very raw emotion, right? You're making a film about daughter and father. You cannot go hammy in that. You cannot have filmy dialogues. You cannot have things that you don't say but just feel in your head, right? So we were very careful. Varun Badola, how will he talk? How will he sound? And second, uh, how will I talk to someone, right? If, let's say we put the cameras off for a minute, and if I'm talking to Aryan as a person, then how will I talk? I will say, Aryan, okay, bata, kaisa chal raha hai? I will not say, hi, Aryan, what's up? I hope all is well. No one talks like that, right? So we want to bring that casual part. Let's take the guards off, let's take the cameras off, and let's talk to each other in a way that we humans generally do. And on the other hand, we had a fantastic upcoming actor, Iswarya. I think Aishwarya or Iswarya, and the way she balanced the equation with Varun Badola, I think it was fantastic to watch.
The presence was actually felt. Again, we
Yeah.
talked about that a lot of love you have received for this. Numbers are there, but I know it's again too soon. But how have been the results of the campaign in terms of if you could talk a little bit about numbers and other form of recognition?
Right. So see, there's a beautiful thing about Flywire that Flywire's payment gateway option is present in all top universities. Okay, so it's like Google Pay, right?
Yes.
It's a by default option almost, right? So when you make any payment, any tuition fee or anything to any top colleges across the globe, you'll find Flywire option there. So the number of users were never a concern. It's always a byproduct of a successful campaign, but to increase users was never the objective. It was to make a deeper connect. So when you see Flywire next time in this list of payment options, you should resonate with it and say, okay, I've seen the ad somewhere. I know it's a trustworthy company. I know they're trying to say something beautiful which no other company in the list has said so far. Hence your preference of making a payment via Flywire increases multifold. So that was the primary objective. But in terms of social numbers and all, we started with some, I know, single or double digit followers. And so far, we are on an upward trend of multiple follows. If we talk about just social media vanity metrics, otherwise, it's more to create that kind of brand love around the campaign, and people should know that it's not some other payment brand. It's a trustworthy and reliable platform.
So now coming a little bit on behind the sets, like you mentioned, there was Mr. Badola, there was this new actor Aishwarya. You Atom team is a lot of fun, and there's a brand. So I'm sure there are a lot of people on the sets. Any interesting moments, any funny moments that happened behind the shoots or on during the shoots? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think because Varun also writes a lot, so he had a lot of inputs in the script as well. कि यार ये ऐसे क्यों बोलेगा, ये वैसे क्यों बोलेगा, and all that. So I could see कि Varun as a father is also trying to add his 2 cents to the script. Like there was one thing when we wrote situationship, and he was a bit skeptical. Why? How can a father talk to his daughter about situationship? Then I told him, today's progressive fathers can talk about it. I know it's a touchy, but let's play with it. Let's see if we get it out, people will smile. People will have that small chuckle, and then they will move on. And but these sessions with Varun, because he's a writer as well, nuances in the script. I think he brought those things alive really well.
Interesting. Lastly, I want to know anything you want to add about the campaign, anything that we missed, some other process during ideation or with client, anything you want to talk about lastly?
No, I think we were lucky because you don't get such invested clients. There are multiple gears, right, in a campaign. You need to have brave and investing very invested clients. Ruhi and Lauren from the global team both bought the concept. Number one, they were not okay with just very transactional kind of advertising, very banal advertising, and they believed in our vision first and foremost, that we are creating this brand platform where we will keep talking about separation anxiety. It's a responsible and a big step for a brand to really adopt this brand platform. So number one, really invested clients. Now they are behind us to create more such amazing work, which is a beautiful problem to have, a creative problem to have. Second, I think the team of writers at Atom really, really did well. I'm I always am just lucky enough to work with writers who can put their heart out and who can really do justice to the concept that we crack. And lastly, the director duo Shiva Saptaraj. I think within whatever means that we had, because we wanted to create very intimate setting, we wanted to show one home and everything is happening around it. The way they have, uh, the way they have brought the emotions out, I think that was really really fantastic. One thing I can say that they could have been lesser lamps in the film. I just found too many lamps in the film, too many yellow light. Other than that, I think I was pretty much okay with everything that happened in the film.
Quite interesting this piece was, and obviously we saw the results. Eventually, it came out as a really touching campaign, like we mentioned earlier, that not only places the campaign well, but also tries to stir a movement.
Right.
This was Yash. Thank you for
Right.
joining us.
Thank you so much, Aryan. It was lovely chatting with you.
2 बज गए।
150 पापा।
होटल खोल के रखा है ना मैंने, जब मर्जी आओ जब मर्जी जाओ। हाँ,
पर वो फेयरवेल था ना पापा।
पिछले 3 दिन में तीसरी फेयरवेल पार्टी है तुम्हारी। जिंदगी भर ये पार्टी यारी दोस्ती ये सब कुछ करना है, ये आगे का कोई प्लान है तुम्हारा? हाँ, बहुत जल्दी ये सब कुछ बोलने के लिए कोई होगा नहीं तुम्हारी जिंदगी में।
पापा यार, ये कोई टाइम है मजाक करने का?
हाँ बेटा, टाइम तो ये घर आने का भी नहीं है। चलिए देख लो पहले, फॉर्मेलिटीज हो चुकी हैं, फी वगैरह सब कुछ हो गया है।
थैंक्स।
3 दिन बाद तुम यूएस में होगी अकेली। नो मामा नो पापा, नया देश नए लोग, बहुत कुछ बदल जाएगा तुम्हारे लिए। फिर तुम सुबह कब उठोगी, रात को घर कब वापस आओगी, तो सिर्फ तुम्हें ही पता होगा ना। पापा की लेट नाइट भाषणबाजी होगी और ना मम्मी की लेट नाइट खीर। नो फैमिली, नो फ्रेंड्स, नो घर का खाना। बट you'll have other things. Your first night out, your first boyfriend, no sorry, क्या बोलते हो तुम लोग, situationship.
सीरियसली। वैसे पापा, आप मुझे डरा रहे हो?
नहीं, बता रहा हूं ताकि तुम्हें डर ना लगे। Listen, you're growing up. बहुत जल्दी ऐसा समय आएगा जब तुम सब कुछ हमको नहीं बताया करोगी। नो नो नो, दैट्स परफेक्टली ऑल राइट। हमें ना बताओ चलेगा, बट अपने आप से कभी कुछ मत छुपाना। Never ever forget why you're going there.
वैसे पापा, एक बात बताओ, मैं यहीं पढ़ लूं?
अगर तुमने ये सब कुछ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया ना, तो जिंदगी भर फिर डॉक्टर सिन्हा की बेटी रहोगी। और मैं चाहता हूं कि मैं डॉक्टर काव्या सिन्हा का पापा कहलाऊं। You must go.
जब दूरियों में भी होता है भरोसा अटूट, तब बनते हैं रिश्ते मजबूत। रखें अपनों का ख्याल फ्लाईवायर के साथ।